I'm reading through your Jody Allen article here.
Mm-hmm.
This is by Bruce Schoenfeld.
Yes.
Schoenfeld?
Something like that.
I don't know who that is. But
I looked him up because I was just
is he a Seattle guy?
No, he writes for like the New York Times, Esquire. I think he's just a freelance guy.
This is in Sports Business Journal.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll read the part. I'm not all the way through it yet.
Yeah, it's kind of a long piece.
But one thing that I don't know, they're claiming that she is more engaged than many owners in sports.
Yes.
And I don't know. I don't.
Based on what?
Yeah.
You have not shown us that.
Well, what they're saying in here is that she So I want to read you this just one little paragraph that talks about how she feels about being the owner. So they're saying she is largely misunderstood because she doesn't speak.
Yeah.
So it says, in fact, she hasn't answered any questions about her ownership of either team, while Paul Allen limited public interactions because they made him feel uncomfortable. His sister doesn't consider them part of her job description, apart from very occasionally standing at a podium to announce an initiative.
And I would like to know what podium that is.
Well, I think that's more like her philanthropy stuff. Like,
I've
is
never
what
heard
they're
her speak.
Yeah, I think she doesn't talk about the sports teams. I think that is a total whiff in terms of her attitude about it. Like, why does she not think that is part of her job description? That's weird to me.
Yeah.
You're the owner. Technically.
Yeah, I just...
So I don't get that at all. And then it says, she prefers to let Blazers executives speak for the Blazers and Seahawks executives speak for the Seahawks. The reason given for her not directly participating in this story with an interview. She wouldn't even talk to this guy.
No, sir.
Dude, it's so weird. So what they're piecing together here is that she's misunderstood because of that.
Yes.
They say that if you really knew, she sits down with Joe Cronin and she sits down with John Schneider, and she was in on the Pete Carroll stuff, and she was in on the Damian Lillard stuff, and she's in on the G League team, and she spent money on a weight room in Seattle, and she is like as engaged as anybody.
Yeah.
But
She won't even return his calls, you freaking bitch.
But you would never know
What is
that.
up with
They
that?
make it sound like she is the best owner to ever come around. Like, and everyone from Adam Silver, and it just seemed weird. It seemed like the definition of a puff piece. Like, and I don't know, like you're getting ready to sell the team, and is it to like just drum up some good PR? It just seemed like a weird thing that I've never heard really any of that, and then it comes out in one glowing piece that she refuses to take part in. It's very strange.
Did you know she majored in drama at Whitman?
I did.
In Walla Walla,
I read the piece.
Washington.
And then it kind of gives her credit for a lot of things, including, I'm telling you, go through, it basically says that she's the one that got the deal to get Lumen Field built up in Seattle, that she was the one to get the Moda Center built. I mean, they give her a ton of credit. And so again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she is just misunderstood, but my God, apparently for 30 years, we've all been sleeping on Jody Allen, and meanwhile, her and Burt Cole are the greatest thing to ever happen to the city of Portland or Seattle.
Listen, neither team. So, okay, I think you can tell a lot about ownership by how a team operates. You don't have to hear from the owner. You can see it. It's the proof's in the pudding.
Yeah.
Neither of those teams are playoff teams, and they've both made pretty drastic moves over the last 5 years. Wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Blazers and Seahawks.
100%.
So it's not as if both franchises are cooking, okay? They're not.
Yeah.
The Blazers seem to be completely rudderless. That's from the outside looking in. So I do find it hard to believe that she's so engaged, and well, maybe she is. She's just an idiot. Like, she's not doing anything right. I don't know. I think I guess
What an idiot.
to give her the benefit of the doubt as best you
Just
can.
Stupid.
I mean, at least she's trying, they're saying.
Yeah.
If that's true,
And that's just
okay.
what they're saying.
Okay.
What have we seen that indicates that? It's odd.
Well, but again, she's private. Paul was private. It's possible that it's true that
that's what I
Jody
said.
is behind the scenes doing a lot. But what I'm saying is, even if she is, it's not really working. Like, why are we lauding her? The Seahawks are middling. The Blazers are terrible. What is so great about her moves?
It's actually pretty neat.
I didn't really think about that, but it is a valid point.
I mean, she got rid of Pete Carroll. She got rid of Russell Wilson. She got rid of Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
She got rid of the 3 icons in the Northwest. Now, I'm not saying all of those were bad moves.
Yeah.
I get why they did those, but dude, neither franchise has recovered.
No, but they do kind of make it seem like it's just that those were big bold moves, and that's what she does is big bold things.
Yeah, she's this says Paul is more of an idea person. She is a decision maker. I think Paul, and that to some extent is true. It's like there's shreds of truth in things like this where Paul was not the detail, I'm going to get this done guy.
Yeah.
He has the idea, and then Jody would come in and actually execute it.
Yeah.
But now that so Paul's gone. So now you're telling me that the ideas are all Jody's?
Yeah.
That's not good.
I have an idea like this, and I was kind of sitting here, I was reading this thing, and I try not to be all Joe Rogan because I think it's a disappointing. I don't want to live in a world where everything I read, I'm like, I can't believe this, and I'm skeptical of everything. Like that's not the healthiest way to go through life. But I did, as I was reading this thing, because it was so over the top, sappy, and positive about her. I did have that thought. I'm like, have we just been wrong and she's misunderstood and she's this great figure and deserves a lot of credit? Or was this, you're getting ready to sell the Blazers, you're getting ready to sell Seattle eventually. Both of those have to be sold. And it did say in there that most of the other stuff has been sold already. These are kind of the last 2 pieces. And
yeah, they also called, real quick before you finish,
yeah,
they called Paul Allen's estate at $20 billion, the largest estate ever.
Yeah, that's had to go through this. Yeah. That's had to be sold off.
$20 billion.
Yeah, yeah. And I had is there an idea of putting a rosy spin as you're getting ready to sell something that what you're buying for $4 billion is great? Hey, look at us, and we got to get a new arena built, and everything's great, and let's do a little positive PR. I had that feeling. I don't want to be that cynical.
That's possible.
And I'm open to the idea that this is all factual stuff, and that she really is great. I just find it hard to believe that none of this has come out before now, and that it all comes out in this one piece right as you're getting ready to sell. It seemed a little disingenuous to me, but again, I don't want to be cynical.
I like this text that said, this is a puff piece to make the organization look like less of a mess because they're officially selling the team. She's more of a legal guardian and less of an owner. It's kind of like leaving your kids with your aloof aunt because you and everyone else in your family died in the same plane crash, and it's slightly better than an orphanage.
Yeah, that's kind of I guess that's kind of what I'm trying to say in that kind of vein. It's just, it's a little like, everything's good. And I also don't like, again, this is why I thought maybe it was a bit of a pup piece, because they say in there a couple times, she gets no money. No, that's not true. It's not true. She gets paid. We looked it up. It's like $180-something million a year to run this. She has incentive, because they made it out to be like, well, she's a great business lady. And yes, the longer she holds these things, the value goes up, but she also gets paid a lot of money to do this. And so it's not just, it's not just the goodness of her heart. And she's like, well, I'm fulfilling my brother's wishes, and I get nothing out of this. And that's why I went down the road of it. It seemed very, very, it rode a hard pro Jody slant.
So this says Bert Cold said once the Blazers sale is done, the Seahawks won't be far behind.
Yeah.
He said this isn't a forever story.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look, and they're also, it's also a little disingenuous to give her credit for the valuations of the franchise popping. Dude, she could have done nothing.
Yeah. And so would have happened.
And
The league
still
is
would have.
doing that,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. It's the media rights deal and all that stuff that has popped so the Seahawks are valued at $7 billion, Blazers at $4 billion.
Yeah.
Do you give her,
No.
how much credit do you give her?
The only
for
credit
that?
would be obviously
Not selling?
Not selling. And it does say in there, it's a brief piece, but it does say in there that I'd have to find the exact words, but it does say in there about how I don't remember if she's a wish, or it does say in there that she, as part of the sale, she wants to keep the team in Portland. So I think that was if you want to take something really positive, besides Jody Allen is the greatest humanitarian of all time, it does say in there that there will be, or at least she wants there to be, some sort of provision in there to keep the team in Portland, which neither one of us was really worried about in the first place. But
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I still haven't finished. I haven't gotten to that part. I'll keep reading.